What's happening, guys? So back with the first video of the prep series. So I'm going to start a prep series now with Jay and take you through this prep I'm doing now, give you an insight into what I'm doing, kind of the work that goes into it, sort of day in, day out, what it kind of takes to get to the stage. So I think this series will be pretty cool because it'll show you from where I'm at now. I'm just diving in deeper into prep now. So we're just sort of getting the ball rolling with it. We've been on prep 5 weeks, but now we're really starting to come down a bit more. So we'll be able to take you through this and you'll see sort of what happens within the changes across that period, then to show day, which will be cool. So typically at the minute, I'm in a good place, to be fair. I was saying to Jay then, it's felt like I've been in off season. So I'm working with Calometric now. So we're 5 weeks in. He's pushed my food up quite high. So it's been 3,700 calories on training day at the minute. And I think it's about 3,500 on a rest day. So today, the changes from Cal this week, today we see the first sort of drop back, pull back in calories now. So just shy of 200 calories pulled, just over 50 gram of carbohydrate pulled. So we're now on 454 gram of carb. We're on like 500, so training day. So it's been quite nice. It's felt like almost like I've been in off season really. So, but I typically got myself into a good place before starting this prep. So I think it allows us to do that. It's allowed him to push my food up at the start. We kind of saw body weight tapering down at the start, and now we've seen it going up slightly. So yeah, good place 10 weeks now to just sort of push harder. So I'm going to train legs today. So I'll take you through a leg session. I've got my logbook. This is a new thing for me, which I've started doing. I found it really beneficial logging my sessions, because when I'm doing my working set, I know exactly where I'm at, where I was last week. I can see progression across the board basically. And it's something that I haven't done before, but I'm liking this approach. So we'll take you through a leg session today, show you how that goes down. It's going to be a hard session. The sessions have been good. I think as well with this type of training, I'm expending there's so much output that's probably why I'm in such a good place with food and stuff as well. Cardio's at 30 minutes at the minute daily, 10,000 steps a day, and yeah, everything's in a good place. So we'll take you through this leg session today, and then it'll be a good transition into this prep from here. So these were the last updates I sent to Cal. This was just one meal post workout, but you can see like the position here. We're in quite a good position to sort of run this phase. So I think it's going to be a good approach, and I think with food where it is as well, I should be able to retain quite a bit of fullness as we come down as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think hopefully we'll see some growth in this, and well, definitely already at the minute these first stages, but I think we'll continue to see that for the next few weeks before we really start pulling down. What date is show day? 18th September is the planned show. Whether or not I do something before that, who knows? The day before my birthday, that show. So I'll be able to have cake for my birthday.
There you go.
Be good. I don't even like cake, so I don't know why I said that.
What's the supplement regime at the minute?
Supplement regime. So obviously got all my sort of health supplements. My vital support, Love Heart, vitamin K2, D3, JP, krill oil, omega 3s. I use this every day as well. Pheno by Total Power, my sponsor. That's really good. In terms of supplementation around training, intra now, I have 50 gram of carb on a train. So I'm using the demo day. My favourite one, to be fair, out of all the intras I've had. But yeah, I would probably prefer whole food over like intra, but I'm assuming this is going to be taken away at some point. And then my amino acids, banging flavour that. I usually train after meal 1 or 2. What I've done today, I basically train after my breakfast, but I use the cream of rice from my pre-workout meal and just switch that, because meal 1's like 80 gram cream of rice with the egg. Pre-workouts, chicken, 100 gram cream of rice. So I'll just have 100 gram cream of rice now with my egg, and then obviously with the chicken meal I'll just have the 80 gram cream of rice. Sometimes I think like, just don't overcomplicate things, If you want to train, and there's a little thing like that, you can just make that adjustment, So yeah, I like training in the morning. I'm fresh, I'm ready, I'm ready to go, you know. I used to always train in the evening. I used to think, oh, I need all my food in me to train. And if you're someone that does that, it's just because I think you're in that routine. So when I used to work an office job, I used to then struggle training early, but I think I have better sessions now.
So what exercises we got on the plan today?
So starting with standing calf raise now, then we move on to some hamstring work, 2 hamstring exercises, then we go quad, so we've got hip press, reverse banded hack squat, and then leg extension. So I like the way the session is set up, to be fair, because I get nice and warm before I start hitting quads, because it probably doesn't help me in my height, but my knees have been temperamental for a while. So it just gets everything warm. I think a lot of people get knee issues that sort of sometimes. Have you had any?
Yeah. I'm old though.
You're old. You've got that excuse, dinosaur man. So yeah, gets me nice and warm to work into some sets of quads.
What's up next?
Light and hamstring, so straight into hamstring move. Two working sets. So, no, 3 working sets, tell a lie. 3 working sets. So my first top set between 6 and 10, I got 12 reps. So the next set is 3 working sets. The next one is between 12 to 15, then 15, 20. So kind of taking the weight down each set here. The tempo and the form is important, so that's not slipping. Like when I come to fail, like that's not changing. I'm failing within, correct form, and then each week just basing where I'm at and pushing it. Well, I know what number I need to hit, so I think as we get through the prep though, I'm going to get to a point where I'm like fighting to keep the weight there. Do you know what I mean? As obviously fatigue creeps up and energy gets lower, but this at the minute things are going well. So.
In comparison to how you've trained previously, how is this training plan different, or this approach
style of training?
Yeah.
First time I've done like progressive overload, I like logbooked and typically track my working sets, and I'm really enjoying it, to be fair. I like the fact that I can track the progress, and I can see like week on week the progress, which is good. It's a hard style of training, especially when you've got a tempo and you're adhering to that, so nothing gets sloppy. But I think in terms of like progression, what I've seen from doing this for 5 weeks already, what I've seen, when I run this then up after prep into a growing phase, I think it'll probably be my best off-season progression phase as such, because you can track the metrics, you know what I mean? I'm enjoying it. It's hard though, don't get me wrong. The sessions are long, like, but...
Have you had any funny looks for the bands and the logbook?
Yeah.
Any abuse?
Yeah, from the gym owner. The gym owner, he's on my case. You're gonna ban cuffs soon, he said. So he's gonna ban cuffs soon. The thing is, what you don't understand is he's stuck in a golden era and things are progressing now. What I would say though about Ali, he's a good guy, and this gym is legit one of the best in the country. You just have to look around and see the kit here. So I think, you know, have this on your doorstep. I don't think people take it for granted when I've been to lots of gyms, even around the world, you know, this place is insane.
What's going on here?
Banded it up. You know what they say, all the gear, no idea, which increases the tension at lockout on this. Managed to work my way up to the Rubans. So, done 2 hamstring exercises. First one was 3 working sets, then 2 working sets on the seated ham. One set was a rest pause. Moving on to a quad focus exercise now. Banded, so basically just altering the strength curve and the resistance profile of the machine. So we've got more tension at lockout, less in the hole. So this is going to be bottom banded typically. When I do hack squat, I'm going to reverse band it, so I'll talk about that then, but I'm going to work up to 2 working sets here. One working set, 1 back off, technically. Because I'm so tall, like with this, I found there's a certain point I come to, then my back starts to round. So realistically, with this, I don't want my back to round. So I guess with this, it kind of looks like I'm not going full range of motion, but because of my levers, technically I am. So that's the thing I've been trying to work on with this, just staying locked in and not letting my lower back round. I think anything like leg press, probably when you get to like my height, your back can start to round. That's something I don't really want happening. I'm trying to focus on that not happening. But that's why typically with this, it might look like I'm not going full range of motion, when typically like I am. I guess it's doing what you need to do to suit your mechanics for each lift as well. So I'm gonna do 2 sets here. Top set now, then a back off. Reverse banded. Hack squat, so quad focus again. The way I've set this hack squat's adjustable, so you can put it down, put it up. So I've taken it higher up, I guess, makes the movement harder in a sense. Leg extension now.
Have you been progressing on today's session?
Yeah, across the board. Either equaling my reps or one or two up, which is good. I think I've got a few more weeks here before, like I said earlier, I'll probably just be struggling just to try and match them, you know, and just trying to maintain strength through prep. Obviously you can't really expect to progress the whole way through, especially when you become more and more fatigued, you know. I think that's the goal, like, for a dieting phase. Obviously you want to be trying to keep your strength up as much as you can. Just try and hold on to that muscle that's been built, you know. So a leg extension now, just really isolating the quad, just 2 sets. One set of just on there, which is like a top set really, and the next one will be same weight again, but a double drop set. So 2 working sets. And my legs are fried, my quads. It's hot in here today as well, as you can see. And I guess like with this weather in the summer, just obviously make training harder, but just stay hydrated. Just don't be a pussy, really. Isn't it, Jay?
Simple as that.
Simple as that. So, like, as I progress through the workout, like, obviously it will start to take more feeder sets to get warm, but like, obviously now with, well, when you get to the back end of the workout, obviously I've done already 1 quad, 2 quads. To get to that, you can just do 1 feeder set straight in. So I think that's the thing with this training, that you can, as you get warm, the need for the feeder sets is just like feeling the weight, really, maybe like 1-2 reps. If you're doing like a top set, that's quite heavy. That's the good thing about this, because you know your working sets, you know where you're starting. So it's just a couple of sets you don't want to take away from that working set. So you don't want to like expend energy like doing feeder sets like 10-12 reps, 10-12 reps to get in. So now I'm particularly warm, I'll just do 1 feeder set here again, which goes straight in. Yeah, when I start getting to the point where I start getting fucked in prep, and I think that's going to be a mental thing, seeing the weights decrease, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you'll be getting leaner though.
Huh?
You'll be getting leaner.
Getting peeled, mate. I'll be shredded. Yeah.
It won't matter on stage.
It won't matter, bro. That's the thing. It's like your weight as well. People, I got guys on prep at the minute like, oh, this is the lightest I've ever been since I was 10. I'm like, the judges don't ask your weight, bro. They just look at how fucking shredded you are, conditioned. You don't have a weight card above your head. You low today. So that's the session wrapped up. I finished with the Panatta hip thrust. Literally was just 1 top set of rest balls, but it was 2 rest balls in 1 set. Got 1,000 calories done, and session done. I got 10 minutes Stairmaster now, and I'll just do some steps. With my step counts like 10,000, because I obviously work as an online coach. Typically don't move too much, so having a step count really helps me keep my NEAT expenditure stable. So what I tend to do, I'll usually jump on the treadmill to warm up for like 20 minutes, jump on it if I can after, I'll just go for a walk in the evening. I've actually bought a treadmill at home now as well, so I'll just jump on that after cardio in the morning. I'm just split my cardio up, 20 minutes on the bike in the morning, 10 minutes Stairmaster. I like to do that. When it gets higher, I'll probably start doing more in the morning fasted. But that's a wrap on the session today. Brutal session. I'm done now, so to wrap this cardio up. Had my post-workout meal in probably like an hour and a half, feel a bit sick. And yeah, I think when we start doing these videos, I'll start doing some physique updates as well. We'll start looking at how things change as we dive deeper into deficit, deeper into prep, as we pull things down. You'll probably start to see, like within the videos, you'll be able to see that those changes in myself as well, even just probably day-to-day training and how that looks, how it comes together. I think as well, like when you start prep, you need to make sure that your mindset's in a good place, ready to start. Prep's not something that everyone can do, and I guess not everyone has the luxury to do it as well, because it does take up so much of your time. But if you try and prep and your mindset's not all in it, you're probably not going to have a successful prep or not end up repeating it. So I think if you are thinking about doing a show, the first things first is really get yourself into a mindset where you want it, because you have to want it, because at the end of the day, you know, when you get on stage, it's no joke. If you start dicking around in prep, you start missing meals, start cheating on your diet, missing cardio sessions, it's just gonna, at the end of the day, why would you want to get on stage knowing that you haven't given everything to it, you know? So I guess over these next 10 weeks, you'll see 110% devoted. Typically when I get stuck into something and when I actually lock in, I'm 100% to the book. Like my friends know that, also my family. You know, I went to a barbecue the other day with my parents' Father's Day. I just had 2 of my normal meals, cooked my meat on the barbecue. And that's the sort of sacrifice you need to make. So you need to ask yourself, if you're gonna do a prep, are you ready to take that step, I guess? But I'm looking forward to documenting this journey, so you can just get an insight into it really and what it takes. So we'll catch you on the next session, which will probably be in about 2 weeks' time.
I believe so, yeah. 2
weeks' time. We'll just keep giving you an insight into different things, maybe do a day of like what I'm eating, another training session maybe, how I sort of set my days up, how we manage fatigue and sort of hunger when we get deeper into prep, and how I sort of go about that. And we just give you a full insight into the whole process. So stay tuned to the channel, so we'll be dropping more videos. Like and subscribe, drop a comment. I don't even make these videos really for my clients as well to watch, but if it gives someone an insight and someone takes something from it, then happy days. So we'll catch you at the next one. Hopefully I'll have a few more lines by then.